Dear Flabby, am I wrong for being mad my boyfriend implies I'm used because I have a higher body count? To preface this, my body count is literally barely in the double digits, and I don't really count 2 of them as they were not consensual.
Still counts. Jesus Christ.
I think you can count 2 as one body count.
All right.
I, 22 female, and my boyfriend, 22 male, have been dating around a year. I hate talking about past relationships about myself and his, so I never ask. However, my boyfriend brings it up a lot and is always asking questions he knows he won't like. He has a lot of conservative beliefs and told me from the beginning he thinks girls with double-digit body counts are whores and are invaluable. This was a few weeks into the relationship, and I was shocked at what he said. He argued, and then I got him to understand my point of view. However, a few days ago, the conversation came up again. I told him all he wanted to know, and he kept implying I was used, which in some aspects is true, as I had been taking advantage of a lot when I was younger. By the way, he was saying it made me feel guilty for my past and that I had no value. I also feel as though it's more jealousy, as I lost my virginity at a young age and have more experience than he does. Mm-hmm. But even he says that if he hadn't have met me, he would be having sex with a different girl every week. Which, why would you say that to your girlfriend in the first place? Anyway, he's still acting a bit off, less touchy, and keeps saying he can't get it off his mind, referring to the times I was hurt, but I don't know if that's true at this point. Am I wrong for feeling disappointed that he's so hung up on my past, which is in the grand scheme of things really isn't bad, and I'd say very average? Okay. I don't think on average girls get raped twice.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know a lot about a lot of things, but I think she said barely double digits, so I'm going with 11. Because if it was 10, she wouldn't have said barely double. So I'm going with 11. If you've had sex with 11 different people by the time you're 22, that's high, I think. That's not average, right? That seems high to me.
You're asking the wrong person.
I think both of us are the wrong people to answer that question.
Yeah, I'd say only 11. What are you, new?
Did you just start last year?
She must be ugly. You and I have just wildly different views on this.
100%, yeah.
So it's not fair because you haven't experienced any of this type of dating culture or anything like that. You married your preschool sweetheart or whatever you guys are.
Right.
But you have to assume if you're meeting somebody that's 20 something that they have a past.
Yeah, they've had sex. Yes.
And I don't think that you shouldn't ask questions you don't want the answers to,
which is stupid to me. If you are so immature that you can't handle that somebody you're about to date has had sex into their 20s, you're an immature retard. I mean, like, if I were to be dating right now, I don't necessarily like it, but I understand that women have sex. If I'm dating someone, I'm 44 years old. If I'm going to be dating someone who's in their 40s, which is probably 50s is probably all I'm going to get, I'm assuming they've had sex before. I mean, it's stupid to hold that against somebody.
Would you even think to ask? So let's say that you find somebody, you start dating somebody, you hit it off, you both like the same cartoons or whatever she also collects keyboards or whatever, synthesizers. And she takes you over to her apartment and she's got like vinyl records everywhere. Like it's perfect.
A match made in heaven.
Would you ever even think to ask her how many people she's
Eventually, yeah, but not
really
up front. Yeah. I mean, you want to know
why? I mean, that's a serious question. Why?
I don't have a legitimate answer to that, but I would want to know. I don't know. It's before you get serious, I would like to know if in your 20s you 30 guys, you know what I mean? Or if I'm going to start dating you and then we are dating for a year, 2 years, and you're like, oh, by the way, I have the record for the world's biggest gangbang. 600 dudes one night banged me. I'd like to know that.
Okay, fair. But short of holding the actual current record, like, so keep in mind, we were just talking. So let's say that you met this wonderful woman, and she has all the vinyl Spoons Falling Down the Stairs albums that you don't have.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are just hitting it off great.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, yeah, when I was in my 20s, I was very promiscuous. I 20 guys before I was 25 years old, but I haven't had sex since then. Because I realized that what I was doing was devaluing myself, and I just wanted to save myself until I found a hipster. And
so if that was the conversation, it would be a lot different than, yeah, I fuck all the time. I fuck so many dudes I don't remember. They're two totally different things.
I understand, but I just used your words. You just said you're dating a girl that's 50 and she fucked a bunch of guys when she was 20, and that's what you were holding against her.
Okay. So you can use, and people have used the exact same argument to say, you guys hit it off. She likes all the same things you like. You're really, really enjoying each other. And then you find out she has a dick. Oh, why? You don't like her now because she has a dick? It's sort of the same argument.
No.
It is. When you find out, it is.
It's not the same argument at all.
It is exactly the same, because when you find out a piece of information, it changes things. There are pieces of information that I'm not saying they're on the same level. I'm saying that as you learn new pieces of information, you reassess what you think. Yep, she likes the same records I like, but she also has a dick. Which is
wildly different than she likes the same records that I like, and she was promiscuous 30 years ago.
Yes, wildly different, but in the same direction. You learn
it's not the same direction. It's not the same. It's not even the same. It's not even on the same fucking map. Saying that somebody tricks you by having a dick versus somebody just not telling you that they were promiscuous when they were younger is not the same thing.
So it's a trick if they don't tell you they have a dick, but it's not a trick if they don't tell you they fuck 30 dudes?
Yes, absolutely.
Why? Why is one a trick and one's not?
It's no more than you hopping from job to job to job to job. Let's say that you haven't worked anywhere for more than 6 months.
Yeah.
And then you meet this woman.
Yeah.
And you have a good job now, and you guys are talking about getting together and getting a place.
Yep.
You haven't told her, and nor would you tell her, that you have a habit of only staying at a job for a year. Mm-hmm. If she asked, so how long have you been there? You tell her the truth, right?
Yeah, sure. Of course.
But it's not just something you're going to lead with. That doesn't mean you're lying about it. It's an important piece of information that she knows that you're not necessarily financially stable.
And it's also, in my opinion, important to know that you haven't been ran through by 30 guys. That's just because it's not important to you doesn't mean it's not important to somebody else. There are different pieces of information that change your perspective on things.
No, I get that. But one, you're wrong. Two, if you're talking about somebody that's 50 years old and you guys are sitting in a coffee shop listening to vinyl every weekend, right? You would, at that point, what she did 20 or 30 years ago should have zero implication.
Yeah, that's your opinion. Yes, I grant you that you have that opinion. Yes, you're wrong, but it's fine.
How am I wrong?
Because you're telling me what my opinion is, and you're wrong. That's not my opinion. It is important. I'm not saying it's a automatic deal breaker. I'm saying it's important. Just because something isn't important to you doesn't mean it's not important to me. That's all I'm saying.
What's important about it? What if she was by 30 different guys? Indians.
Is she white?
Yes.
Did she get pregnant by any of them?
Gross.
Oh. Right. I don't know. I can't explain it to you because we look at it fundamentally different. You don't.
No, that's exactly when you should be able to explain it, is when we look at things different.
but I can't explain to you why I think a woman having sex with 30 different guys is gross to me. That's not something I can explain to you. And I'm not saying that they're useless. I have no interest in calling a woman useless. Obviously, she has value and use. Yeah, no, not less useful. Just it would be like if you were
differently abled.
It would be like if you really like women with 2 legs and she has 1 leg. She's not useless. You just need somebody with 2 legs. I don't understand why sometimes it's okay to have preferences and sometimes it's not okay to have preferences. That's weird to me.
Nobody's saying that it's not okay for you to have preferences. What I'm curious about is why. So one, we were talking about 20 guys.
Yeah.
And then for you to make your point, you had to change it to 30.
Oh, it's the same to me. 20 or 30 is the same. Sorry.
Okay.
It's a lot. It's like 40. It just means a lot. So there's no number of dudes that a girl could have slept with in her past that you're like, ugh.
Oh, like 4.
Cool.
It depends. Mm-hmm. Well, one, it's not a question I would ask.
No, me neither.
What?
You
said you would.
I wouldn't. How are you going to ask that question? That's something that you would talk about before you get serious with someone. I would think, or I would anyways. But you don't just ask it. Hey, how many dudes you fucked? And anybody, I think I could weed them out pretty quick. Actually, anybody that used the word body count, yeah, we're not compatible. You need to leave.
That's fair.
Body count. Fuck it. I hate that term so much. I hate young people so much.
Hope that helped. You AIDS infested whore.